Hey everyone, the whole Enhancement Shaman community. In today's video I'm going to be recommending to Blizzard what should they change about Enhancement Shaman in order to make our spec being playable and being normal. Current state of it you already know from a video that I posted 2 weeks ago about Blizzard firing the final bullet to Shamans, or simply if you played any rated PvP bracket yourself then you would know it without anyone telling you. So the point of this video is to start making some noise so Blizzard can hear us. So this is call for all of you fellow Enhancement Shaman players to start being more active in giving Blizzard the feedback, because it's one of the most reasons why I think Blizzard doesn't give a crap about Enhancement Shaman is, first of all, there is not much Enhancement Shaman players out there like some other classes, and those of us that play doesn't give any feedback to Blizzard, so in that case they just don't give a crap and they're like, okay, I guess everything is fine. So again, this video is invite for all of you to start giving Blizzard the feedback on forums, in game, in PTR, tweet things about it, or simply you can show us support by liking this video, commenting down below if you agree with me, if you agree with my ideas, or if you have your own ideas, because everything counts. And shout out as well to Loveless TV, who's doing the same, and he started it on Twitter and his streams on Twitch, and same as Shadi EU, who started doing it on YouTube, also fellow YouTuber and streamer Enhancement Shaman. So make sure to show them support, because by doing that you will show the support to whole Enhancement Shaman community and possible changes by Blizzard. So by saying that, I'm just gonna start speaking about things that should be reworked and changed, and I really think that most of you will agree with me, but once again, please comment down below if you agree with me or if you have any better ideas. I'm open for everything. So yeah, without any further ado, let's start with them. So I'm gonna start talking about our biggest problem and issue, and that is our survivability. So first of all, I hate the idea that Blizzard has focused everything to boost our self-heal, which at the end, after all those boosts, is still crap. So we have the Swirling Currents that depends on Healing Stream Totem to increase our heals. We have the Focused Insight that depends on our Flame Shock on the target. We have our Refreshing Waters, and in PvP talents we have Swirling Waves. So why giving us so much things about for the heal that make us sacrifice our damage, and at the end we don't get healed enough and we just get killed? So the only defensive that we have right now is the Astral Shift, and it's pretty sucky, and beside that we had that try of a heal which doesn't work well. So instead of all those heals, you can pretty much add the talents that if you have the Lightning Shield on yourself, that you get 10% damage reduced. It's not a big amount, but it can help much better than the Stone Skin Totem, which I will talk about a little bit later. So for example, you can add that. About the Astral Shift, these two talents, Plain Traveler and Astral Bulwark, should pretty much be merged in one, because that way we would have some decent defensive cooldown that doesn't have that long cooldown on itself, and that lasts for a fair amount and reduce our damage taken for also fair amount, which is 55%. So beside adding that to the Lightning Lasso and merging these two talents in one, which should be done no matter what, also one of the great ideas that a person recommended me on a Discord, which is that if we heal ourselves with Healing Surge, based on how much Maelstrom stacks we spent, that we should get some damage reduced there. So let's say we spent 5 Maelstrom stacks to heal ourselves, we would get, I don't know, 10% damage reduction for, I don't know, 5 to 6 seconds. If we spent, I don't know, 8 Maelstrom stacks, then we would get 15%. If we spent 10 Maelstrom stacks, then we would get 20% of damage reduction. That is also a brilliant idea and will help us a lot, and that way we wouldn't sacrifice our damage for just some heal that will be pretty much reduced from us immediately when we are focused in arena by 2 players, but that way we also get a little bit defensive, so we can survive that hard attack and not rely just on one single Astral Shift that is in bad situation right now. Speaking about totems, totems are terrible because they all have 1 HP, so whoever wish just to go buy them, they will pretty much destroy it without even touching it. And one of the reasons why Stone Skin Totem is stupid talent is because it has only 1% HP, so whoever just clicks on it, it will be immediately destroyed, and 10% physical damage reduction is out, and you have it on 30 seconds cooldown. So regarding the totems, so either increase their health, so when somebody wants to destroy a totem actually have to hit it few times or with some higher abilities, or simply reduce their cooldown to almost a zero, so at least we can spam it if we can't have their HP boosted. Speaking of our capacitor totem, it's actually a very great idea, but it's badly implemented because it takes 4 seconds to explode and it stuns people for 3 seconds in that circle, and it has very low amount of HP, so first of all it would easily get destroyed. Second of all, people can easily run away from them, and I know a lot of you are using totemic projection, but why would we waste 2 or 3 talents for only 1 stun if we can make it be a little different? So why don't you just make a cap totem be something like Warrior Thunderbolt, so we just throw a totem at player and just stun him for 3 seconds, like that would help us insanely, even to manage some CC and simply to stun people. Or if that's a little bit too much, why don't just make that similar to the Tower and Stomp, that we just hit a totem on the ground and just stun people around us for 3 seconds, which also would be much better and more helpful than this current situation of static field totem. So there is one more of recommendation. So speaking as well of the control, they added Lasso and Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm is doing very well, but Lasso is just not that good because it easily gets interrupted, and pretty much if you can't run that far away from that player, and it would share a DR for other CCs, which is once again bad. So speaking about hacks, once again, nobody uses it about 2k rating because everybody knows at this point how to avoid hacks. So why don't you return the things how they were in Wrath of the Lich King days, where you should spend your Millstone stacks to have your hacks instantly. Now I know that 7 seconds for instant hacks CC would be too much, but why don't you then reduce it to 5 seconds and let us have that instant hacks if we spend Millstone stacks at it, so that way we can do some proper CC and we won't have those Millstone stacks to burst enemy immediately, so it would be a decent trade in my opinion. So that's one more of a recommendation that I should give about CC. So speaking about the damage, in my personal opinion, I would like to see Ice Strike buffed a little bit more because it just doesn't do well damage, so it's not worth taking at this point, especially for this Storm Strike spec. Also Ascendance have too long cooldown. It's a good cooldown, but it doesn't guarantee you kill. So if you don't get your kill within this activation, you're pretty much doomed for the next 3 minutes and your main burst is off. Also, why don't remove some global cooldowns from some of our bursts, such as Ascendance, such as Doom Winds, I don't know, such as Feral Spirits, because a lot of other classes bursts doesn't share the GCD with other spells, but for some unknown reason Enhancement Shaman every spell shares the GCD, which once again makes much bigger effort for us to, you know, combine something to do something. Also, having a GCD on some of the totems is really stupid, such as for example Wind Fury Totem or I don't know, Cap Totem, yeah, but as I said, nobody uses it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So removing a GCD from our burst spells would actually help us a lot, or simply removing them from most of the totems would also help us a lot. So yeah, I pretty much hope I covered everything that I wanted to say. This would probably be a little longer video, so please comment down below if you guys agree with these things and changes that we should get that I said, and if you don't, just simply comment down your ideas and what do you think about this whole situation. So yeah, let's get more loud, let's give Blizzard more feedback, and let's hope for some changes, because we can't really be staying like this This is really unhuman what's happening to our class, and you know, we should start voicing our problems. Anyway, that will do for this video. I really hope you liked it, and once again, let's make Enhancement Shaman great again. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one.